guys, I'm Cora Kane, and I'm going to show you and talk to you about different pricing strategies. This is for my Principles of Marketing class, and I just wanted to share with you guys and my professor what I am learning about the different strategies. So, the first strategy is the cost plus strategy, which is relating to or denoting a method of pricing a service or product in which a fixed profit factor is added to the cost. So there's already a fixed cost, there's already a price for it, but then you add on to it. So an example I have is I work at a coffee shop and we have coffee bean supplier. And we have an annual contract with them. We have to set an amount of about $1,500 to spend on coffee beans, but sometimes we have to order more within the year, which means we have to pay an extra % to purchase the beans. The second price strategy is dynamic strategy, the practice of pricing items at a level determined by a particular customer's ability to pay. So what I think of is when like bargaining. So whenever you go to a consumer market and you see the actual seller of the product there and you try to bargain with them and get the price lower where you can pay for it. A third one is everyday low pricing. So your first thought is Walmart and how they have the lowest prices for items that may be more expensive at Kroger or Big Lots. So everyday low pricing is a strategy to have the lowest prices, and if it isn't the lowest, then they'll bring it down to cheaper item, and they'll reduce the price. The high-low pricing is your fourth pricing strategy, which means for the firm charges a high price for an item, and when the item's popularity goes down, they start decreasing the price or sell it at a discounted price. So I have noticed that at Walgreens and CVS, during Valentine's Day, they sell their candy and those items for really, really high price. But once that week's over and done with, they start lowering the price, and it'll be about half the price than it originally was. That is the fourth pricing strategy. The fifth is the loss leader strategy, which is when pricing, where a store sells selected goods below cost in order to get customers in, and it kind of evens out. So it may be cheaper, but more people are willing to pay that price, so you'll have more customers, which makes it end up evening out the same as it would have with the regular price. So Sam's Club will do this with their technological items. They believe people will come in and purchase many of these items, such as iPads, and will end up equaling the price because more of the items are sold. Then number 6, optional pricing. Selling an item or service, and in process of payment will ask if you want these additional options to add on to the price. So what I think of is an airline. So most of the time, whenever you're checking out tickets, they'll ask you if you want, first class seating, or if you want a seating by the window or one by the aisle. And then they'll ask if you have additional luggage that you want to have be part of it. And all those things are extra add-ons. And that's just a marketing strategy to feel like people are getting some kind of like benefit, or that they're getting a better deal by spending your money on that. Number 7 is penetration pricing, which is the practice of offering a low price for a new product or service during initial offerings to get more customers in. So it may be an item that is pretty exciting and pretty new item. So I always think of like the new iPhones coming in and how people are always like determined to get them. Well, often Best Buy will sell them for cheaper, and that way the new product is getting like paid for, and like you're like getting the amount that you need. And then after, they'll have it lower at first, and then after a couple weeks they'll like have the regular pricing for it. So you'll get people invested, and then you'll have people talking about it, and then you'll get more customers in, and then they'll realize they have to pay regular price for the item. Premium pricing is when you sell an item for a price higher than it's worth because of like a label or a brand name. So I always think about Aeropostale or American Eagle and how overpriced those items are for the actual value of them. And I also think about BMW and Mercedes Benz. So you have that label, you have that little icon, and you're basically up pricing for the icon because the items and the parts inside of the car are not actually that valuable. Then there is number 9, which is psychological pricing. So if you see a price that is $19.99, you feel like you're getting a bargain. In other words, if it said $20, you'd be like, oh, okay, well, that's $20. But since it's $19.99, I can get it, and it'll only round up to this. So it's just kind of there as a way of mentally thinking that you're spending less money, but it'll end up being more than you think it will be. So Walmart has display signs like this all the time. So it'll be like $5.99, and it seems like you're spending less, but at the end, like, you have taxes, and then $5.99 is technically more like $6. So it's just like a mental process of pricing that makes you think you're spending less. Okay, number 10 is skimming prices. So a company may charge like the highest price at first, and to see if the item will be sold at that point. And if it's not, then they'll lower the price, and this keeps happening until they find the worth for it. So the Wii gaming system is one of those things. It initially was like something that was super, super high priced, and people were really excited about getting it. And then the gaming system went down, so now it's sold for less. And number 11 is status quo, which is selling items for equal price as the competition. So Kroger charges the same price as like Whole Foods would, and it doesn't really try to compete at all. So yeah, those are some different pricing strategies, and I just thought I'd give an overview. Thank you!